Hector Wells. I trained as an osteopath. There's very few times in your career that you have an experience which is so vivid and so convincing that as a professional you know you have something absolutely crystal clear to say and offer. Now Phil here had the most awful experience with bereavement, and he came to me and we managed to basically put him back in a normal situation, a normal state of mind, normal functioning with one session, which is for me quite amazing, because I'm very confident all grief can be resolved significantly with one session of manual therapy without any talking therapy involved. And Phil's going to share his story, and then you're going to see how the technique's done. But the most important thing is that for me, I can almost guarantee grief and bereavement to be removed within 2 or 3 minutes, no matter how bad it is, because I've never experienced grief as bad as Phil shared with me.
Hi. I had the most awful experience. I've been married for 45 years. I met my wife when I was 16, and she passed away very, very quickly, within 3.5 weeks, from pancreatic cancer. It was the most dreadful time in my life. I just went completely to pieces. I couldn't manage myself at all. I just broke down completely. I couldn't function very well, and I didn't really know what to do. I'd go to the grave. I'd feel like I wanted to get into the grave and be with her. It was so bad, you know. I felt like I wanted to end my life so many times, you know. I'd cry. There wouldn't be a day go by when I didn't break down. I could be at work, I'd break down. It was just the most bloody awful time of my life. Anyway, I just didn't know what to do, and I happened to tell somebody one day. I let my feelings go to someone where I was working, and this chap said to me, well, I know a chap who's been very, very good. He's treated myself and treated my family. Why don't you get in touch with him and give it a go? And I took his phone number, and I didn't have much hope, to be honest, much expectation from it. Anyway, I rang this guy up, Hector Wells, and he said, yes, come along and see me, you know. And I was sceptical. I thought, you know, I went with an open mind, but I was sceptical. Anyway, I came to see him, and we sat down. I told him what had happened, and he asked me if I wanted to get rid of the grief that was consuming me, and it really was. I mean, it was dreadful. You know, I can't actually explain to somebody how I felt. You know, it's impossible, because Susan was all of my life, and had been, and she still is. And I had this session with Hector. It was the most intense session with him. It was a one-on-one. I mean, there was no talking involved. You know, it was his technique. And you know, I actually feel like a different person. I mean, it sounds crazy, doesn't it, to somebody, you know, who's probably listening to this. They think, he's a bloody idiot, this chap, you know. But it's the truth. I came last week and I felt absolutely any old how. And after I'd left Hector, I felt really, really tired, really exhausted after the session with the treatment he'd given me. I went home, I went to bed, and do you know, I actually woke up feeling more positive and more just completely different to how I had been feeling. You know, I was able to function, actually, as I hadn't functioned since I'd lost Sue. I've been nearly a week now. This is my second session with Hector, and it's the first week when I haven't cried, when I haven't broken down. You know, I've been far more positive. I've been able to work and keep going. You know, I've had a different outlook. I mean, it's really been amazing. I mean, I've just come to see him and I said, do you know what? I cannot believe the difference you made to me. You know, if I try to explain to somebody, they'd say rubbish, absolute rubbish. But I'm telling you, as a person, what I went through, I wouldn't wish on anybody. I mean, it was bloody awful, you know, losing the love of your life after being married for 45 years, within 3.5 weeks with someone. It's the most awful thing, you know. I just wouldn't wish it on anyone. And I just didn't know how to get through it, you know, after the funeral and up to now. I haven't been able to cope at all. And Hector actually, with one session, has just improved my well-being and improved my state of mind, you know, in a way that I didn't believe was possible.
Is it worth giving? Is it worth saying to somebody, you know, just try it and see what happens? But it's only one go, and it'll work in one go.
Yeah, I will. You know, like I'm saying to you, if you told somebody, they'd say absolute rubbish. You know, nobody can do that. But I'm telling you, I actually thought, you know, I don't believe somebody can do this. I was very sceptical, but also I was open-minded. You know, I'm quite a direct person. You know, and I'm telling you, if, and I hope you're not, but if you are going through anything like I've experienced, please do give this man a try, because he's definitely changed me. And I'm saying this of my own free will. You know, I'm only too pleased to say it. He's been a revelation to me. I mean, I've had one session with him and I feel absolutely, completely different.